My name is Aurelio Garcia III. I'm a major in the United States Marine Corps. I'm retired, of course. I served 23 years, and I've been doing ROTC here for 18 and a half years.
Hi, I'm Doug Forsyth. I served in the United States Air Force. I achieved the rank of Senior Airman E4. I served for 4 years in the United States Air Force as a heavy equipment operator.
Hi, my name is Tamika Whitwright. Highest rank is Private First Class in the U.S. Army. I served in the U.S. Army Reserve for 4 years.
My name is Smith, Michael W., one each. I served in the United States Marine Corps Reserve for 6 years. I attained the rank of corporal.
Mark McDonald, Command Master Chief, which is an E9 in the United States Navy. I served for 28 years active duty.
I was motivated to join the military by the fact that I have an uncle that I'm named after that served and retired from the United States Air Force as a Chief Master Sergeant. He was a great influence on my life. A very intelligent man, really loved his country.
My motivation for joining the military was to help my parents pay for my college education. I was an athlete. I played volleyball and basketball, and I felt like my academics were enough, but I wanted to take something over the edge.
I got motivated to join the Navy because I didn't really know what else to do. I come from a long line of military. My dad's side was Army. My mom's side was Navy. So I just was driving around one day, went to the recruiter and said, why not? Let's give it a shot. And I'm glad I did.
The big motivation to join the military really was the feeling that I wasn't ready to go to college, that I knew that I had some growing up to do.
Lack of money motivated me to join the military. When I was a kid, we were in the projects. I was in a gang. I needed to get out of that environment. Mom, Dad didn't have any money for college. We were on welfare. So I asked Dad if he would sign my paperwork to go in the Marine Corps, and he said, sure, let's go. So I went, and basically the Marine Corps has raised me since I was 17 years old. So I enjoyed it, a lot of fun, and I'd do it again if I could.
I just knew that I didn't know what I wanted to do as a civilian, so when I went into the Navy, it felt like, after I enlisted, it was like a pressure had been lifted, like I got direction now.
While in school, parents asked, what are you going to do with your life? And I told them I was going to work for 2 years, and then I was joining the Air Force. And I did. And the day that it came time to join the Air Force, I walked into the recruiter's office, asked him where did I sign my name, signed my name, and it was that simple.
Going down to MEPS in Montgomery, and just the overall atmosphere, just the camaraderie, the meeting new people, and just seeing how diverse and loving and embracing everybody was.
It's a simple thing. You just raise your hand and you take the oath, okay? And that oath has stayed with me until now, since 1975. It's kind of, you take that oath for life. That was kind of impressed upon me, the reality of the whole thing. But more important was the fact that when I got on the bus to leave, to go to boot camp, my dad looked at me and he said, here you go. He said, it's important. Yeah, I was getting on the bus and he looked at me and he says, son, don't come back with bad paper, which meant don't come back with a bad discharge. I went into the Marine Corps and there was 10 kids that went with me from the gang, and I'm the only one that came back with honorable discharges. All the other ones got booted out. So that was pretty good.
Oh yes, first days in the service, getting off that cattle truck and hearing drill sergeants screaming and yelling about what to do, where to go. You're terrified, but at the same time, you trust and believe that they're preparing you for something great.
Well, not so much boot camp, but when I first reported to my when I reported to my first ship, the USS Scott out of Norfolk, Virginia, I traveled from San Diego all the way to Norfolk. I'd never been outside of Texas before. And when I got there, my ship was all the way at the end of the pier. It was night. I had about 80 to 90 pounds worth of gear on me. And I'm looking at these ships. I hear the steam going. And it's like these ships were looking at me like, oh, wow, new meat, fresh meat coming in. And it was a little eerie, but it was very cool at the same time.
It's weird. The thing that for the longest time that would make me think back to basic training was the smell of diesel fumes from the bus. When you climb off the bus and stand on those little yellow footy prints at Paris Island.
The drill instructor is the first thing you remember and you will never forget. Our drill instructors in the Marine Corps are very hard, very strict. In 1975, they were relaxing a bit, but they were still hard. It's like the old Full Metal Jacket movie. The 5 drill instructors, I still know their names. I can still see their faces. You'll never forget those guys.
The most important thing I learned in the Marines was when you think you're done, when you think you're beat, when you think you can't go another step, you can. You just have to find the will to do it. That it's in there somewhere inside of you. You just have to find it and bring it out.
The most important thing my time in the military did teach me was basically just reinforced what my parents had already instilled in me, a great work ethic and discipline. Air Force, my time in the military, reinforced it in a way that take better care of yourself, know that it was a team environment, and what you did, how you acted, how you handled yourself actually reflected on the unit, not just on yourself. So you were a part of something bigger.
The most important thing the military has taught me is to triumph over adversity. As a student athlete, I knew that athletics may not be my end-all, be-all. So going into the military, I became very disciplined and learned the value of integrity and work ethic.
Accountability, taking responsibility for my own actions, to think things through, work ethic. Those are a few.
The most important thing of being in the military for 23 years, I think, is that it taught me respect for everything. Everybody's property, other people's views, the world, because I've seen most of the world being in the military. And the other thing is integrity. You need to be a person of integrity, otherwise it's not going to work. People have to respect you because you're honest, you have integrity, and I think those 2 things are the main things that the Marine Corps taught me.